Welcome to episode 116 of Soccer Over Gotham, Ruthlessness Edition. We have a great show for all of you. Gary, what do we have in this episode?
We have a lot. Gotham travels a ton of miles from Harrison to KC to Jamaica, back to Harrison. And we are going to get ready for this weekend's 6-point match against Bay FC. So 3 cheers. And Katrin Berger is now signed until 2026. Germany's Footballer of the Year is here to stay. We have a Gotham FC fan vote for Hero of the Month of September. We will also cover the draw in KC and the Goal Fest in Jamaica. So we're going to look forward also to this Saturday's match, Saturday night, against a dangerous and in form Bay FC, and we'll give our thoughts and takeaways. But first, Ruby, how are you?
I'm doing great, but I just have to mention, can you believe it's already October? It's crazy. Season's almost over. I think we have 4 games left. Halloween's around the corner. Christmas is coming. I love Christmas, by the way. I just don't like the cold, but I cannot wait for Christmas. I think it's going to be a really great time. But going back to how crazy this season has been, yeah, the final is going to be November 23rd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we have about a little over a month, almost 2 months before that final. Hopefully Gotham can make it. We'll see.
Indeed, and this is going to be like a gauntlet of games all the way through, just to the end here. We have, let's see, we have October 5th, October 12th, October 16th, October 20th, October 25th, November 1st, and then playoffs. That is a lot.
That is a lot. Last year's final, wasn't it like October 30th, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have 4 home games left, which is good. So at least we get to be in person for a couple of these.
Woo.
Yeah, just 2 away games. So getting over to this, for me, first I just want to say, let's go Liberty. They're killing it right now. They're 2 games up, and all they got to do is put away Vegas tonight. I think it's at 9:30 on ESPN2, which means you should be able to watch it on ESPN Plus in Spanish, which is good. But yeah, they're killing it. I'm just so proud of them. They seem like a team of destiny at this point, and Vegas is Liberty's a 1A, they're 1B. They're both the best teams I think in the league, and I think either one of them wins the series is going to win the whole thing. But Liberty looks really, really good right now. I'm just excited for them.
Yeah, they're doing really well. And Sabrina, I don't know how to say her last name, Ionescu. Ionescu. She is killing it. And I saw like a little part of like a post-game conference where she was like, I think New York got in my veins, and I just went for it. I was like, oh, there you go.
Yeah. They're fun to watch. The first game was like a really straightforward basketball game, and then it really ramped up in the second game where they were really physical because Vegas knows they're on the ropes. So this game tonight is going to be incredible. So hopefully everyone gets a chance to watch that after listening to our podcast.
I'm going to watch it. Or actually, sorry, Love is Blind came out yesterday, so I'll probably watch it.
Yeah. Let's get to the team. And the big news is, obviously, we did the free agency list 2 episodes ago, and our top priority was re-signing this player, which is Katrin Berger, and she's signed to 2026. A great thing for the club and for us fans. Distribute your thoughts.
My God, I'm so glad that she's back and that she feels like Gotham is home and she likes being here. I know she mentioned that. She has been the reason why Gotham is like top 3 right now on the table. Gotham, I think they made a great decision when they acquired Berger, and a better decision like keeping her for another 2 years here.
Yeah, easy button.
Yeah.
Push the easy button because that's an easy decision to make. She's excellent. She's the best goalkeeper in the league. We'll take it. She's here for another couple of years. Yes. And then I do have to point this out. You guys know how much I love Abby Smith, and I think she's an excellent keeper. I've been following her for her entire career, from Boston to Utah to Australia and back and to Portland. She is probably the unluckiest player in the history of this league. it seems like everywhere she goes, she has a chance and she starts doing really well. And then something happens, like Boston, they folded, Utah, they folded. And then it seems like every time she starts getting going, something happens. And then obviously, right now, this is Anne's team at this point. So I don't know what the future holds for her, but she's one of the best keepers in the league and she can start anywhere. So we'll see what the future holds for her again. But just, gosh, how unlucky can one person be?
I know. I mean, last year she did so good with Gotham, and again, another like key component of like Gotham making it to the playoffs was their keeper. Here, she did so great last year with Gotham, and I'm pretty well. I have to say she was one of the main reasons they made it to the finals. When she got hurt, Mandy had to step up. She also did great. She also did amazing. I was hoping by now Abby would be back with Gotham, but it doesn't seem that way, and we don't know what's going on. Maybe it's her injury that bad. It's been over a year now that she's been out of like playing soccer.
One way we can show our appreciation for her is to go on Twitter, go on Instagram, and vote for her. I think it's the Ally Impact Award winner
Yeah,
contest. Vote for her there. I'll put the link after I post the show on Twitter and Instagram. So go vote for her there. We appreciate you, Abby. Get back soon. Speaking of the fans, they had a fan vote for Hero of the Month of September. It was an interesting one. Ryan, 50%, seriously runs away with it. And then we have Berger, Sonnet, and Carter also ran. Just your thoughts on Hero of the Month of September.
hey, we've been talking about Ryan nonstop for the past 2-3 weeks now. And I do agree with the fans that Ryan is the hero of this month. And again, she just keeps getting better. We're going to talk about her performances in the last two games shortly. But yeah, I do agree with the fans. What about you?
She is on an interesting trajectory, and I saw an article where it said that she wasn't projected to be a starter, which I don't know if I agree with that because Midge was going to
Hmm.
be the starter. I still think she would have found some way to be on this team, but it seems like she peaks at the right time. And it's probably
Hmm.
because she's a winner. She won in college, she won in high school, she's won a championship 2 years in a row. It's because she peaks at the right time, and she is really aggressive, and she's getting better and better each week. Her decision making is better, her playmaking is better. I just can't wait to see what form she's going to take by the end of the season because I think she's the one who's going to carry us across the line.
Definitely.
So she's been excellent these past couple of games, and we'll get to it. However, let's talk about this game. So this is the last week of a pretty busy September, and this is going to be away against a very loaded team, just like Gotham. Casey is excellent. They have stars. They're at the top of the table. They're scoring goals for fun. They're trying to cement a top four finish, just like Gotham. And Casey is fourth in the table, and Gotham is third. They're right on our heels. So this is a big game for both teams, and Gotham is coming into this one pretty tired. And then for Gotham, we are 1-3 against the top three teams in the league. And this is another 3-game week. So Gotham is traveling a lot. So how hard are they going to push into this game? And both teams are just trying to secure that top four finish because that gets you a home game in the playoffs, which is important. Less travel for Gotham, the better. I do have to make a note, though, about Paramount Plus. Now, the league has to do a little bit better, and the team, I guess, about how to actually watch these games. Because just because they say it's on Paramount Plus doesn't mean it's on Paramount Plus, which is weird to say. So this game was on CBS, which means, yes, it is on Paramount Plus, but yes, it is on Paramount Plus upgraded edition. So, like, if you
Plus,
had
plus.
yeah, the $7 or $8 a month version, you have to upgrade to the second version, which gets you the CBS Live. I heard it was on Hulu, but someone's got to just confirm that with us. But I heard it was on Hulu as well.
Probably the Hulu TV that you pay, I think it's like $80 a month. That's the
Yeah.
Hulu that you probably watch it on. I had to ask for a family member to give me their login so I could watch it on CBS. Because you're right, it was not on Paramount Plus. It was on the other tier where you have to pay. So yeah,
Yeah.
hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I went through all my credit cards, got a free trial.
I think I already burned through all my emails.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I try to make another like burner email on Google, and they told me like you cannot make any more because you already used your phone number too many times, you know. So I was like, great. So my next plan is going to Outlook.com and make an email there.
There you go. So CBS is kind of the bane of our existence when it comes to these games because it could be on CBS Golazo Network, it could be
Mm-hmm.
on Paramount Plus, it could be on CBS Network, it could be on CBS Sports, and each one of those things means something different as far as who's watching this game. Because obviously CBS is on the upgraded one. If it is on CBS Sports Network, you can't get it on either one of those. You have to have like Fubo or I think Hulu
Mm-hmm.
Live or DirecTV Stream, and it's just like an $80 a month just to get the CBS Sports Network.
Yeah.
But it could be just on Paramount Plus.
And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate all these streaming services because every week I have to look up
Hmm.
where is the game. Like, is it gonna be on Prime? Is it gonna be ESPN? Is it gonna be Ion? Is it gonna be what other ones there? Totally.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of annoying. You have to look every week, like where are these games going to be?
mhm.
And I think how long is this contract? I forgot, like 7 years, 3 years.
It's 4 years, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
So
till the
we
next World Cup. So 4 years.
Yeah, so we got until then to see how they fix this.
Yeah, it's craziness. So it's part of my game day experience is getting texts from all my friends saying it's not showing up here. Where is it here? And it's like, so on to the actual game itself. This is actually the best injury report we've had all season. Just Crystal Dunn as an excused absence. She did not travel to KC or to Jamaica. But other than the season-ending injuries and the ones we already know, she was the only player on the injury report, which is awesome. We have Maitani Lopez off, Hyatt off. Good to see them back in the 18, and Silva back in the 18. And then the formation, we got Esther up top, Ryan and Williams on the wings, Sheehan, Lavelle, Martin in the middle, Niswanger, Davidson, Sonnet, and Carter now officially the new right back for the team, and Berger in goal. Just any thoughts on this lineup? Because this is going to be the A lineup against an A team.
Yeah, Carter's there. What did you say last time? Should have played. You said Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Carter's there. I wanted Bernina, but yeah, we haven't seen much of her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm so happy to see Williams now integrated into the starting 11 again, which is really cool because she came back from the Olympics. She wasn't really starting. She probably needed some rest. I think she was in the injury list as well. So there's that. Another thing I wanted to mention, I still want to see a little bit more of Kaiser. I know this is a big game for Gotham. Maybe that's why she didn't start, but I think Kaiser and Steven together are a really good pair.
I think Carter was the right decision. She looked excellent early on. She had Chawinga in her pocket, and she made a couple of really aggressive challenges. She kind of knew what she wanted to do with the ball and was able to strip her a couple times. And in this first half, Gotham is all over KC, pushing them around the pitch, keeping them in their zone. I think KC only had 40-something passes in Gotham's half, which is a team that likes to get on the front of teams, especially at home. That is an excellent, excellent first half. They only had 11 touches in Gotham's 18, 3 shots inside the 18, and they had 38% possession. Gotham held them in the first half. But, Ruby, there was, quote, controversial goal. Cooper runs into the ref
Yeah.
and stops playing, and Gotham keeps going. Ryan plays the ball across, goes off a defender, considered an own goal, I believe. But what do you make of this? Is it a controversial goal?
I guess in some way it is because they made it dramatic. But, okay, yes and no. If you don't hear the whistle, don't stop playing. That's my thing because we have seen this happen to Gotham before where they stop playing because they think it was offsides and it wasn't, or a foul should have been called and it wasn't, and then they get scored on. That happened a lot to Gotham a couple of years ago in 2022 when they were doing so bad. And it happens again. I just want to say that if you don't hear the whistle, just keep going. Yeah, the ref was on the way, but I don't think it was intentional. The ref turned around to keep running, and Cooper was behind her. So I think Cooper I don't know, bright green shirt, didn't see her, bumps into her, and they wanted to stop the play. The ref didn't stop the play. Hey, Gotham kept playing and they scored.
Yeah, not a chance. The ref was in front of her the whole time. She saw the ref. She ran into
Mm-hmm.
her. That's on her. She stopped playing. Again, that's on her. Gotham keeps playing. That's fine. It's a total. If that happened against us too, I would be okay with it because I think you
Mm-hmm.
have to keep playing. And the ref was in front of her the whole time, so it's not like she came out of nowhere and cut her off. Yeah, not a chance. It's definitely not a controversial goal for me. It's a good goal, and I will take it. Then get to half, and it is 1-0. I think at half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Chawinga gets posted up against Neely Martin in the open space, takes it 60 yards downfield, beats Berger, scores her, I think, 17th of the season. Just so frustrating. We did so well against Chawinga the entire match. One chance, that's all she needs. And there's the equalizer.
I know that first half was so great. I was like, I think we might actually win this game.
Mm.
And we have mentioned this on the podcast on the last I mentioned it on the last podcast how these long balls, long shots to Chingwinga, they were dangerous. And she's a beast. She is super fast. And if you're not on your toes, if you're not a step ahead of her, she will smoke you. And that's what she did to Neely Martin, unfortunately. It just sucks.
Yeah, poor Neely. Poor Neely. She was trying. She was hustling. Chawinga is just so good at just separating herself right before the run and getting that 5 yards. And if she's got 5 yards on you, you're just not going to catch her.
Yep. Nope.
It's just, yeah, she's good at separating herself. And yeah, it's just tough. And then later on in the game, a really cool moment. Kaiser steps onto the pitch to a roaring ovation. The hometown player gets
Oof.
cheered on her own stadium. She's been through a lot with that club. So it was good to see the fans on her side and a little bit of a thumb in the eye to the management team over there at KC. I'm just curious your thoughts on her homecoming.
Yeah, I'm so glad she got that cheer. And I'm pretty sure it must have felt like bittersweet for her to be back, your hometown, the people that, all these people that love you, but you don't get to play at your hometown. But I'm glad she's with Gotham, don't get me wrong. And I think she earned that love from the fans, and I'm so glad she got that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just can't happen now. She was traded without her consent, just like Lynn Williams was at a KC.
Mm-hmm.
They've made it a habit of doing that to players, and now they can't, which is a good thing for the players, and good on the fans for showing up for that. Then, I mean, I just have to say, at the end of this game, a draw on the road at KC is pretty good, considering it's a 3-game week, and if you told me ahead of time that this team was going to draw in KC, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. I'd take that. But right now, Gotham is 0-2-3 against the top 3 teams, Orlando, KC, and Washington, which is not a good sign going into the playoffs because we're going to see all of them at least one more time. But I think they neutralized KC for the most part. Do you have any final thoughts on this match?
I don't know. I just think that, that second half got out of hand for them. I think they have to be a little more consistent. They had the lead. They should have kept that lead. But hopefully when we see them again, because I know we're going to see them again, not in the regular season, hopefully this time Gotham will win this game.
Yeah, chances were there for both teams. This game could have easily been 3-3 or 4-3, something like that. But I think goalkeepers kept it in and Berger kept the team in it for a little bit. And I do want to point out how good Neely Martin was in this match. She was not only excellent on the defensive side, and she locked down the middle of the park. She had 89% successful passes, 8 recoveries, 3 interceptions. She had 83 touches, which is a lot. And she also created 2 chances on the offensive side. She was everywhere on the pitch. I know we're all going to remember that moment of her chasing down Chawinga, but for the rest of the match, she was on top of everything. She was excellent.
Yeah, she did amazing. It was, one little mistake, but besides that, my God, she had such a great game.
Yeah. And Gotham is tired, y'all. I mean, geez, three games in a week, going to KC, playing in
Wow.
front of a hostile crowd. This team keeps peaking at 45 minutes of the best team, the queens of the first half of this league, and they just keep dropping a little bit in the second half. I mean, it's again great performance considering all things considered, but it was better than their first match, as you said, against KC, and hopefully better the next game. Do you have any stats of the game?
Yes, so for this game, them had 59% possession
Hmm.
and 422 completed passes. Compared to KC, they only had 272 completed passes.
Yeah, just one way to keep them in control is not to get them the ball. And I think they did a good job in that, especially in the first half when they were like 60% possession, which is not easy to do against a team like KC. But
Mm-hmm.
my stat is that Yaz continues to impress. She created 3 chances. She got 2 shots on target. One went in, kinda. But the fans chose Berger as the player or hero of the match over Labelle, Martin, and Carter. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, Berger had some great saves, but Martin had such a great game. I want to give it to both. I think Berger and Martin did really well.
I disagree with the fans. It is Martin for me. I thought Martin was all in the middle of the park. And I know Casey does like to go down the wings as their main attack. They get Chawinga and Cooper on the wings, but there was nothing in the middle of the park for them. And Martin was awesome in this match. So I'm going to give it slightly to Martin over Berger, even though Berger made some pretty good saves. Now jumping over to the second game, Gotham gets no rest. They went straight from that game, took the shower, got on the plane, went to Jamaica. And then this is back on the Champions Cup, and Gotham is in a great spot to move on to the semifinals for this one. You have to be one of the top 4 teams to make it out, and they are right now at the top of the group. So Gotham is in the playoffs. They're in the Summer Cup final. They're looking to be in the Championship Cup, the Champions Cup semis. I mean, the Shield is out of reach, but this is not a bad place to be considering, how much Gotham had to go through this season. And then their opponent is a semi-professional team out of Jamaica. Fraser's Whip is at the bottom of the table currently with a lot of goals against, and they are clearly a ways behind the rest of the competition in this tournament. So they have a 16-year-old goalkeeper, which is pretty amazing. And a lot of their players are playing junior college or college, which is something we talked about with Hugh Menzies about building that college to pro pipeline. So that is a step in their direction of them getting better and better. So proud of them for even showing up and fighting against the overmatched opponents. Gotham has a rotated lineup for this one. Kaiser gets the start for the first time. Esther and Ryan across the front. Sheehan, Martin, and Taryn Torres gets the start. Niswanger, Sonnet, Mandy Freeman as a center back, and Brunina as a right back. And Michelle Betos is in goal, I think for the first time this season, right? Could be.
I think she had another start.
Maybe.
Alajuelense, maybe?
Maybe.
Don't remember. But yeah, she started this game. I was like, wow. And she got the captain's armband for this game, which is incredible. Another player that I'm glad to see starting was Mandy Freeman. Love
Mm-hmm.
Mandy Freeman. And Kaiser. I'm a big fan of Kaiser.
And not only this is a pretty solid rotated starting lineup, we still
Yep.
have Zerboni, Williams, Silva,
Whew.
Hyatt, Carter, and Lopez on the bench. So it's just players after players after players. And I have to go back and see how many center back pairings Gotham's had this season because it's got to be a lot.
Yeah, I think this is a new one. Mandy and Sonnet.
Yeah. It's good to see Hyatt and Lopez back in the mix as well. They're going to be consequential down the stretch. So, I mean, how do we break this down? There was 13 goals. Ryan got a hat trick. Lynn Williams got a hat trick in 11 minutes. Mandy Freeman got on the board. Cece Kaiser got on the board. Jenna Niswanger got her first of the season.
Yeah.
Jessica Silva, and then we got an own goal. Gotham held 76% of the possession. They were all over them. A very overmatched squad. Just your overall thoughts on this match, Ruby.
Yeah, I mean, what can we say? We know the level of the other team is not at Gotham's level or the NWSL level, but like you said, I am so proud of them for going out there and not. I mean, they gave up 13 goals, but they kept trying, they kept playing till the end. I know it sucks to win, especially by so many goals, but hey, sometimes these games are the ones that teach you the most when you go back and you feel more motivated to like get better and better. If this tournament keeps going, really cannot wait to see what they'll do next year. You know, maybe they'll come back better. They won't lose by so many goals. Um, but yeah, it was a goal fest for Gotham. They did great. I know Jasmine Ryan said, they were trying to get, they're just trying to play their style of game throughout the game and get as many goals as they can. Like you said, this is a tournament. You have to get goals for goal differential. So right now, Gotham is doing pretty well with that with this win.
First off, the field was very interesting. The ball would not stay put on this field. It was jumping up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It just was tough. And for a team like Gotham, who we seem to criticize, not only just us but as fans, that they take too many touches around the box. It is not a place that you want to take extra touches on because the ball's going to get away from you. And we saw that earlier in the game. And a lot of the goals that were scored were one touch shots because you had to, the ball settles, it's going to get away from you. I mean, despite going up, I say 4-0 in the first half, like Gotham just could not hit the target in the first half. And I think as part of that was they were trying to take too many touches on that field. And it was just really tough to do. And then I think we talk a lot about that ruthlessness. And yeah, Frazier's is not like fit like Gotham, but they just took over in the second half and were taking one-time shots, put him in the back of the net, getting through the lines. It was just awesome and good to see the ruthlessness of Gotham putting this team away. And I also got to say, I think Esther struggled early in the match on getting balls on frame. She's a player that likes to take a lot of touches. I do think she needs better service too, so she's not like facing away from goal all the time. But I think Esther's again that kind of player that's going to feed off of good service. And if Gotham's not getting him to her, it's gonna be tough for her to get going.
Yeah, and then we have Torres with 2 goals. Some of those goals were, I think the first one was such a banger, or was it the second one? I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the second one. Such a banger, like kicked the ball like beautifully, went into goal. Who else was really? Honestly, all the goals were really good.
Yeah, yeah. Ryan got on the front foot early. She was the one that was the most aggressive out of all the
Mm,
players.
yeah,
Gotham was again. We talked about this. The first half was just Gotham was not putting balls on frame. Even like the announcer remarked on that a couple times. He's like, they get all the time and space. They're just not putting the ball on frame.
yeah,
But in the second half, that changed. I mean, it was good to see Mandy take one on one timer. And
yeah.
then shout out to fan or friend of the show, Corey, who manifested the CC Kaiser goal on Twitter.
Ooh,
Good for her. It's Over Gotham Pod on Twitter. Find us there. We do a lot of game day stuff in there. It was good to see Torres get a brace, Silva get her first, and then Nicewanger get her first. Any thoughts on those goals?
I think we needed a nice longer goal because we haven't had one.
Hmm.
Um, Last year she did really well, so I'm missing those nice longer goals. But overall in this game, I think Gotham did great. Um, I don't know if it's right to say it was kind of like they could rest a little in this game and not go too hard. But hey, I'm so glad that I we got to see new players like in this starting lineup, rotating that roster. It's really good that some of these players are getting minutes. Had not seen Maitan in a while. We got to see her play in the second half. We also saw Williams in the second half. It was such a great game, and they're looking good in the group right now.
Yeah. I'm going to say something about Taryn Torres. This is a Taryn Torres that we have not seen since college. The first goal she scored was nice. She got in the right spot because that's what she does. But the second goal, she has that in her bag to be able to score from outside the box, and she has great placement on her shots. She just has not had the confidence to do so. And so I
Mm-hmm.
hope that that moment unlocks something for her because she has a lot of
Yeah.
potential. She just got to get that confidence up. And I hope that that type of moment for not only her, but for Kaiser, but for Lynn Williams, but for Yasmin Ryan, those players to unlock something within themselves to get to that next level and to not be afraid to just put balls on target.
Mm-hmm.
Half the battle of scoring goals is just getting it on target. So, and Gotham has had trouble doing that, but in the second half, they were deadly, putting balls on frame all the time. And I do feel, just as a side note, I don't know how I feel about this. So Gotham's up 7-8 nothing at this point, and it's the 70th minute, and they bring on Lynn Williams. I felt a little bit like it was a little bit disrespectful, but Williams had to get going. But she scores a hat trick in 11 minutes, and she's hits the post, I think, too. She
Yeah.
is,
Just imagine being
yeah,
being the other team and you're like, oh great, we got 11 minutes left, we cool.
yeah,
And then you see Lynn Williams coming in like crap.
yeah. The greatest goal scorer in NWSL history. Yeah. But yeah, again, Williams was ruthless. Let's take it. And as you mentioned earlier, shout out to Frasers and their fans. That is a huge stadium that they're playing in. And didn't seem like there was a lot of fans because you couldn't see them from the camera, but they were loud. And I liked how enthusiastic they got every time that Frasers got into the offensive zone. They were really going for it, which so good on them for showing up and, just being loud and proud. And
Yeah.
hopefully, more victories for that fan base.
Yeah, and I think we had a solo Gotham fan in the stands. We had one person there. Yay. Hey, they made it to Jamaica. It's awesome.
It is. This was possibly my favorite Gotham combo lineup thing ever. It was Bernina and Neiswanger in the middle of the park in central midfield for about 15 minutes, and it was just awesome. Just because Neiswanger can, if people don't remember, she was a 10 in college, 10, false 9, whatever you want to call it. But she can play a final ball, and she was showing a little bit of that, and just Bernina just being fun and just give her all that space to take on players is so much fun. But Ruby, do you think 13 goals was it too much?
I mean, when you're winning, I don't think there's like a limit of goals for you. You just want to keep scoring.
Yeah, I don't believe in that at all. My first semi-pro coach was like, "You better be ruthless when you're on the field because if you can score 7, you better score 7 because the other team will score 8 on you if they could." And goal differential matters. And Gotham went from second in the table to top of the table, and that pretty much put them through. And that goal differential could matter if, we'll talk about this scenario later, means getting a home game or playing away, like going back to Mexico to play a game. So that's a big difference. So good on them for just being ruthless, putting those balls away, scoring 13 goals, and making sure that we're going to get a home game.
Exactly. I mean, like you said, that actually matters when you had a long season. And hey, if you have the opportunity to get ahead, why not? I mean, you're in a tournament and everything goes. I know, and we've seen this in the past where the national team was being bashed for scoring so many goals in a World Cup match. Like, hey, you came to a tournament, you came to score. Hey, it's soccer. Like, again, why are we like judging people or judging a team for scoring when you're there to score and win?
No, you got to be competitive. You got to take the chances that you're given. It was fun though, you got to see a little bit of the personality of some of the players later on in the game. Like Gotham was up either 8-0 or something, and Jenna Neiswanger got clipped going into the box, and she got up and she was just yelling at the ref, and I'm like, the party was like, Jenna, you're up 8-0, relax. But it's like that's how competitive she is, and that's why she went from being a college to a first round draft pick to the national
Being a
team.
national team, Olympic medalist now.
Right.
Hey, you don't
Yeah,
know.
second.
Maybe World Cup champion soon. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. So the stat line was pretty one-sided, but you have any stat that jumps out at you?
Well, I mean, you already mentioned it, but yeah, Gotham with 76% possession, hat trick for Lynn, hat trick for Ryan. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking at that 42 shots. That's like That's like a month and a half worth of Gotham shots. So good for them just to unleash 42 shots is a lot. And 17 of those on target. So 13 of the 17 they got on target went in.
Wow.
It's crazy. And also a small funny stat. I'm not sure who got more offsides. It was either Esther or Lynn, because Esther was offside a lot early on. And then Lynn was offside a lot later on in the game. So it's either,
Oh
I think it was like
yeah.
probably like 6-4 or something. But
Yeah, she was offsides. The goal she scored and was taken back because she was offsides. And
yeah.
like looking at her face, she kind of knew she was offsides, and she just like laughed it off, or she was just
Yeah.
smiling like,
Getting to the hero of the match when 13 goals are scored, it was everyone 55%, and then it was Williams at 15.6, Ryan at 27.5, and Torres at 1.8. What do you agree?
I think Torres needed a little more love in this pool. 1.8%. That's cruel. But I do agree with the fans.
Yeah.
Everyone is the hero of the match.
I only vote in these polls if there's a player that's getting like 0% or something of the vote. A couple hours later, I was like, Torres is getting no votes. I'm like, I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna vote for Torres.
I
Just
think I did. I think, what did I
yeah,
say? Because I was reading it and it said Williams, Ryan, Torres. And let me tell you, I didn't even read the fourth one, and I just clicked Ryan. And I was like, oh, it said everyone. I couldn't take my vote back and put everyone.
yeah. So it's because I'm a good person. That's why I do these things. But I think it was everybody.
Mm.
But if it wasn't everybody, it was Yasmin Ryan. She played the entire game. I think she needs a little bit of a rest. I'm hoping that she'll get the game off on Saturday because she's been running ragged. But she's been productive. She was in six of the goals. She had 3 assists and 3 goals, something like that. Craziness. She was
Crazy.
awesome. That ball to Williams when she cut through 2 defenders, it was just silky smooth, amazing. Ryan's on another level right now, and she's making the case for Player of the Month of October already. Jump into
And
the
we just
standings.
started. She's already up there, and we just started.
But if honestly, if Lynn Williams can get back on track, she has a chance of getting the goal lead. She's still got 4 games. She can do it. It's not too far off. I think the top player is 6. I think she's got 3 or something.
Yeah, she's getting there.
Let's go, Lynn. Gotham is top of the group. They are 3 matches played, 2 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. They got 17 goals for, 0 goals against. This is just like the Summer Cup. And 17 goal differential, 7 points. Right below us is Tigres at 6 points. And that's who we face next at Red Bull Arena as far as this tournament is concerned. What do you think of Gotham's standing so far and how they've handled this tournament?
I mean, they're looking really good right now. They're on top of the table, number 1, 2 wins, 1 draw. Tigres actually plays tonight against Alajuelense. So, depending on this game, either Gotham stays on top or they're gonna drop down to number 2. We'll see how that goes tonight. But overall, they're doing really well. They still got 2 more games to go, so we'll see. Right? Or just one game?
Yeah, then we got Tigres at we got Tigres at Red Bull Arena at the 16th, which is going to be a lot of fun. Definitely going to be in attendance for that one. And again, the top 2 teams advance. So Gotham is essentially through. I think Monterey would have to beat Alajuelense in their last fixture by 18, and Gotham has to lose. So I think we're in a pretty good spot of making it through. Let's go jump to the actual standings for the league. And Orlando Pride still in the, I think did they get the Shield yet? Right? There's 4
Not
games
yet.
left. But Gotham is still in 3rd place. We are looking at a home playoff game right now, but it's a tough road ahead. I think all eyes are on North Carolina. If Gotham clinches the quarterfinal home game, if they win against Bay FC and San Diego wins or draws versus North Carolina, or they draw and San Diego wins outright, we have a chance of getting a home playoff game. First up is Bay FC this weekend, and we got the return of the one and only Ali Krieger. She will be there on Saturday, October 5th. And it's going to be awesome. We get to get a chance to meet her with the club ambassador role. Pretty darn cool.
That is really cool. And I think they had something about signing up to get a dinner with Krieger or something like that. I think you had to like get membership for the year next year. And you enter to win a dinner with Ali Krieger.
That's got to be super fun. Good luck to all the fans who've tried to enter into that. That is awesome. But your thoughts on this weekend's matchup against Bay FC? They seem to be climbing.
Yes, exactly. Because if we remember well, Bay FC was on the bottom of the table when this season began, and slowly they've been climbing up. Right now, I think they're above the line to go to the playoffs. So that's so great for them. They're definitely improving. So Gotham has to just go and win this game, especially because it's going to be home.
They're in the thick of it. There's a lot of teams fighting for that last couple playoff spots. Portland that is tied with them at 28 points. They're only up because they have -7 goal differential on Bay FC. Chicago's right there. So I think that's 6 through 10 is going to be fighting for those last 2 playoff spots.
Maybe even tough. 11 because San Diego and LA right now at 22 points.
Yeah, don't ever count out Becky Tweed, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. So they're going to be playing for it, and Gotham's got to be ready for it. It's going to be hopefully a beautiful night in Harrison. And personally, like if Gotham like just drew the rest of the way out, would be okay with it. Gotham is really tired. I just want them to get through it. But I also do want them to peak at the right time, so I still want them to be hot. And hopefully, they can push Bay around the first half, get a quick early goal, and sit back and relax for the rest of the game. Hopefully that is the case here as well. But what are we manifesting this week?
Goals and shots on target.
Yeah, hopefully that unlocks something and we just keep the goal fest coming. Let's go. Any random thoughts before we go?
Not today. I do not have any random thoughts today. The only thing is that I went to play pickleball today. And I feel like I need to play it a little more often because I'm not getting I don't feel like I'm getting better. Like I need to play maybe 2-3 times a week or something like that.
There you go. Is it a good workout?
It is. It is a good workout. Especially the first couple of weeks that I played because I have not been really active. I was like, oh, I can't. But it was better today.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Ruby, I am nervous. I've been pacing in front of my mailbox for past 2 weeks.
What are you waiting for?
My mail-in voting ballot. I put one in early and I just can't wait. And it's different. You're in New Jersey, so
yeah,
your vote counts, but yeah, it counts.
What do you mean it counts, but it doesn't count? Oh, but I know what you mean because
yeah,
Pennsylvania is a
Pennsylvania,
state. Yeah,
the swing state of all swing states. Yeah, my vote counts a lot. I just can't wait. I know when I get this thing, I'm gonna have to have my girlfriend proofread it to make sure everything is crossed and dotted, and because they're looking for any reason to throw out ballots. Got to make sure my vote counts this year.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you have not registered to vote, do so, please.
Yes.
Please, we need you.
Yes, I was going to mention that. I think registration closes, I think October 15th, if I'm correct. So we have about 11, 12 days left. So, hey, you still got time. Go ahead and do it.
Indeed. And I'm sure this would shock the audience to find out that a women's sports podcast is pushing for Harris to win this thing. I'm sure that you're all just freaking out and shocked that would happen. And if you can't figure out why that would be the case, then I don't know. Yeah.
No comment.
So get your friends, get your family members, get them all registered to vote, and let's go win this thing. Yeah, let's do it.
Katrin too.
I will be there Saturday, and I might be doing media. If anyone wants to see me, I'll be there. I might stop by Cloud9 around halftime. We'll see what happens. We can meet you guys as well. Let's have some fun. Let's go beat BFC.
Let's go.